Sony has been releasing straight heat on their website updates for the Sony Fx6, Fx30, and the Fx3, all of which make me want to sell my Fx6 and trade it in for maybe an Fx3 and an Fx30 or two Fx3s. Let's get into it. So, like I said before, I'm going to start doing on my channel from now on. I want to be much more organic and relatable in my videos. So I'm not scripting this at all. Like, I'm going to have errors. I'm going to say the word like, duh, but whatever you think that I'm going to say to be filler will be said in those videos. So let's talk about why I might be selling that Fx6 right here for an Fx3 and an Fx30. Why? One, right out of the camera, right out of the bag, this camera needs a lot to get going. Right? It has the internal NDs, it has the SDI ports, it has a lot of those cool functions for a team, but then again, you need a team to get the most out of this camera, in my opinion. If you're using manual focus lenses, great, you need a focus puller, or you need a really expensive LiDAR system, which I don't have the funds for right now. This camera does not also have stabilization, which is another thing that's huge. Not having built-in IBIS is a little annoying when you're running gun in there and you're on your own. Batteries, the V-mount battery doesn't come with it. The V-mount battery attachment also doesn't come with it. What else did I have to add to this camera? This monitoring system, which I might have to add to the Fx3 and the Fx6. You know, I had to add that onto the I had to add that onto the Fx6, but I might have to add onto the Fx3 and the Fx30 in the future. So that is a lot of things that I've had to add on to this camera body that I don't really agree with adding on after already spending $6,000 on a camera. Now, I can justify having an Fx30 and an Fx3 now that they have those new updates that have come to them now on the Sony website. Now, you can see that they have shutter angle now, which is super important. You don't got to do the math in your head like, oh, like 2x shutter speed equals what it should be. Like, no, who cares now? You could just, put the shutter angle in now. And I don't think that's a big deal, but it's great for newcomers, great for beginners, not to mess up that exposure triangle, which can throw off your entire production shoot there. Another thing that's pretty cool about those two cameras in the hardware is that they have those really nice top handles, which is what this has right here. Pretty cool that they have that. And another update that I really like with that camera that they just got is false colors. Now, if you're a solo running gunner, if you're somebody that really likes to do every part of the production process, or if you're someone shipping out your work post-production, having your colors be correct in the analytical process of actually recording is super important, especially when you want to get it sent off. It has to be at least good footage to be color corrected the correct manner. If you get what I'm trying to say there, like having that extra step in production is cool for those lower costing systems. Now, if I'm going to be a running gun videographer or running gun photographer, having internal NDs, which is what I'll be giving up after I sell this camera, will be something I'm like, oh man. But at the end of the day, I'll have two cameras like that are really high quality, and I have all these lights and I have all this other stuff to justify, having those two cameras. Like, having this is cool, and the weight of this camera does, inhibit that shake there. But in my opinion, if I'm already putting $6,000 into a camera, it should already come with a lot of the things that I've had to add on to this camera. And now I can actually add them on physically and financially to those other two and not really care so much about it because it's less of a cost. And if you agree with that, like, comment below. What are your thoughts about this whole software releasing for Sony? Yeah, great that you're doing that. And another side note on this, I said it like 3 times. Another side note on that is that, this update isn't coming out till May 2024 for the Fx3, I believe, and then September for the Fx30. So that's still, we're in January, right? So that's still a month away. I have a lot of time to think about this because, if you follow my channel, my daughter will be born soon. So I'm really happy about that. And I will take a step back from the creative space, but I need to garner and work on my networking and my ability to get my jobs out there and offer myself out there as a creative, because as of right now, the jobs coming in can't necessarily justify me having a $6,000 cinema camera rather than me justifying having a $3,000 and a $2,000. That's actually pretty fair there. If I had those two and I didn't have, a lot of jobs coming, I wouldn't be so upset because I can really use those for anything. I can't really use this for content creation. That's so overkill for, Instagram or TikTok or even YouTube. Like, I think it's overkill to have an Fx6 unless you're doing like a podcast or something like that. But let me know your thoughts. It's your boy Kip Jackson. Start somewhere is, that's why I always point back there. Start somewhere is my motto. Peace.